welcome back to another Saturday morning live. We tried something new today with a countdown. Let us know what you thought about it. Did you like it? Was it just like, come on, guys, just get over here already? Let us know. So I am Porcelain Piggy, and next to me is
Mighty Max Toys, and today we have an amazing show for you, if I do say so myself.
we
So,
do. We are going to be doing a quick little, well, not a very quick, actually quite long recap of what our experience was as TFcon.
yeah,
Very fun times.
it's so weird that it just since it came so close, like so fast, right? Because I made the reservations on January, and in a blink of an eye we were there, and now it seems like in a blink of an eye we're gone, and it was
It
just
was
past.
gone. I feel like it happened so fast. Like I really feel we didn't spend enough time at the con, but we spent so long in there.
Yeah. Honestly, when we got there, we ended up leaving like around. I left at 1 p.m.
Yeah, we did, and we were tired. We were really tired and hungry.
Yeah, and did you ever solve the mystery of the chili cheese fries?
Yes. So if he ordered fries,
Uh huh.
and in the description it didn't say chili cheese fries, so he ordered two packs. So he ordered for one for himself and one for us.
Yeah.
And yes, it was chili cheese fries. And he was like, "What is this?" So he ended up not eating his. And we ended up giving them to you. Did you enjoy them or did you not eat them? Because they look questionable.
They were. So I tried. Okay, and this is again a tangent, guys. We're kind of waiting for people to show up too. Like you tried to dress them up. I added mushroom, onions, and
Oh, you
you
actually
know
like took them to the kitchen at home.
I took them to the kitchen and I tried my best, but while they were okay for a few moments, they were just kind of like, whoa,
Well, I have something to say about the fries.
what was it?
They were absolutely horrible, but I'm gonna tell you, I actually finished the fries. I
Oh,
finished all of them. I finished them. I took one for the team because I'm here to promote my campaign. I'm here to promote my campaign.
okay. What's your campaign
My
snack?
campaign is no potato left behind. No
Oh,
potato left
okay.
behind.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if you were smuttered, if you're a smuttered spud, or you're a hot stud. No potato left behind.
Snacks.
Snacks,
Um,
I have a question. Haven't
oh,
you eaten green potatoes in the past?
yes, no potato left behind. I was
I
curious.
take them away from him.
I
Don't. For those of you guys listening, do not eat green potatoes. That's one sure way to get solenoid
I
poisoning.
did get horrible stomach cramps.
See, there we go.
I don't even have a stomach.
I thought you were all stomach, like
I am
top to
all
bottom.
intestine.
Oh,
A lot of esophagus, a lot of intestine, very little stomach. I usually have horrible constipation and diarrhea.
that is certainly a way to start the pod today, this morning.
Good morning.
I know. Good morning,
I
Yeah.
hope
Snack.
you guys are not experiencing horrible constipation or diarrhea like Snacks mentioned.
Yes, don't get the Del Taco chili fries, but if you do, remember, take one for the team. No potato left behind, okay? Say it
Yeah.
with me. Say it with me.
No,
No potato left behind. Thank you.
Okay, okay.
Thank you.
Good. Here, let me adjust your cloak. There we
I'm
go.
sorry, it just gets really unruly when I get passionate.
I know.
Yeah.
It is. It is.
Yes,
You really grown to love that outfit, Snacks.
I don't want to change my outfit anymore.
I know.
I
Like
don't
that's
wanna.
that's become like your thing.
That's who I am.
All right.
That's who I am.
You haven't been here in a while. What's up?
I've been doing a lot of poetry.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I'm like trying my hand at prose, but honestly, I feel like I'm a Villanelle type of guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have no idea what that means, Snacks.
I don't know. I don't know what any of it means. I usually just go to these poetry readings and I hang out and I'm like, yeah,
I bet you they're amazed at the fact that you can write without hands.
they're amazed at the fact that I exist.
That's true.
And honestly, they just feel blessed to be in my presence. I
True.
feel like I'm amused to them in many ways.
I think so too. But
I know so.
I'm glad that you stopped by, Snacks, for sure.
I'm glad I stopped by too, but the folks at the Central Library, they do need me.
Yes.
I do serve as a beacon of hope, light, and inspiration.
I think so. Yeah. I can definitely see.
Yeah.
You are kind of their mascot now.
I've actually prevented 2 riots.
Oh my gosh.
Thank
Yeah, you know, poets they get these really violent urges, but they spill it out in really chaotic letters on a page,
Got it.
and that's what brings them peace.
Ah, I see. Gotcha.
Yes, because if you don't let a poet do poetry, you're in big trouble.
All right. Okay, we'll be in trouble.
Yeah, don't mess with poets. They'll mess you up.
All right. Snacks, is there anything else you want to say before we actually continue the show? Don't you have to go?
I'll let you talk about your plastic stuff.
All right, here, plastic stuff.
And you're always welcome back, Snacks. We're really happy that you're back today.
I know, but I gotta run to the library, guys. I missed my bus, so I gotta find a way to like drive under the radar. You know, kind of tough.
Yeah, you should not drive because you don't have hands.
Honestly, I feel like the DMV is limiting the kinds of people who can drive. I feel very confident. I just gotta turn my whole body into the steering wheel.
But you know what,
It looks
Snacks?
like
Don't
nobody's
worry.
driving a car, but it's me.
They are testing self-driving taxis this weekend.
It's not
in
self-driving
LA.
taxis, it's long bees, and we're all driving them.
Oh.
I see.
Oh.
Yes,
So they're just not giving you credit.
we just turn ourselves into the steering wheel. Just turn me into a ball. Just circle me up. Circle me up. Let's just circle. Yep, that's the steering wheel. That's the steering wheel, and that's how we drive. We drive for you. Thank you very much. Yes, we drive for you. We drive for you. Yes.
Okay, then, Snacks. Thank you very much for stopping by and for driving for all of us this weekend.
Also, as a other ability person, I want to say that to the city of Los Angeles, I'd like to thank you for giving us, the ability to self-drive your cars. I feel really seen, but one way that I don't feel seen is that you're not acknowledging that Long Bees are doing the work. All right, we need to start talking. We need to start this conversation about how Long Bees are doing the work. Employment is one thing, sight is another. Let's raise our voices to the public. Let's be seen. Let's be heard.
See,
Thank you.
I think Snacks really did find his niche at the poetry place.
Yes.
You have a lot of passion and a lot of
a lot of passion.
activism.
A lot of passion, a lot of activism, a lot of sweat.
I know.
Yeah, everybody in the poetry session has all
Okay,
three.
okay. Stop.
Okay, bye.
I'm not gonna talk about your school, Snacks.
I feel like Snack's about to start a riot over here.
You have excellent secretions.
Snacks, please. Keep it on the page. Keep it on the page, Snacks.
Well,
He's boxing you in, Snacks.
it's okay. I'll write a poem about him later.
Oh, we'd love to hear.
Okay, I'll catch you later. I love you.
Okay, bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Love you. Bye.
Bye. Love
Bye.
you, Snacks. There you go. One of those rare appearances now, since Snacks definitely has expanded its breadth. Now he's a poet. Now he's an activist. And couldn't be happier.
And a public persona, when he does his Snacks in the Street interviews.
So long he's not persona non grata, he's fine. But anyways, now
I don't know what that means.
Means that it's a person that shall not be mentioned, shall not be discussed. It's just kind of like a pariah, an outsider, a outcast.
Let me be seen.
Okay. Yeah. So okay, let's go ahead and begin, shall we?
Yes, we already started. We're already like a big tangent.
I know. This feels like back to Instagram days.
I love it. The chaos.
Yeah, it was a nice throwback for sure. All right, so let's go ahead and start with today's show, okay? Because we do have quite a bit to talk about. There's been a lot of
happening today.
Yeah, there's a lot of happening today, and thanks to Toys of the Universe, a lot of this happening next week as well.
Yes, he's holding up the weekend plans for us.
Oh, absolutely. All right, so let's go ahead and start. Boom! Toy Tangents, March edition.
How do you guys like the background? Isn't it cute?
Yeah, I like how we're kind of like morphing from like the blacks and whites of the manga to the grooviness of Scooby-Doo, and now everything kind of came together. It looks really cool. It just stands out so nicely. See all the things we do for you guys? You guys have to help us get rid of the duck by subscribing, sharing, tell people, hey, there's just two guys who like make amazing content on Saturdays, and they're all about toys and tangents and random things. Like self-driving cars are actually powered by Furbies,
Oldies.
not robots. So gotta share.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's go ahead and reiterate, right, that next week Killer Carp is gonna be here.
Yes, and on the 21st, also voting begins for Beast Madness. So, and we had an exhibition match that started yesterday and actually ended this morning, and we have the results.
Uh-oh. Who
Let
won?
me look. So it was an exhibition match between, I believe it was Gator
It was Gator and
and
Porcupine, but they were like the 3D versions.
yes, there were like the see-through plastic version. So it was Gator versus Porcupine. And unfortunately, although I did vote for Gator because they're in March, it is St. Patrick's Day, but it's also the time where Toad takes the stage to battle. And this time he'll be protecting his title. Green is where I lie and where all my alliances go. So I voted for Gator, and unfortunately, he did not win this exhibition battle. He lost at 41%, while Porcupine won with 59%. I was not expecting Porcupine to get so much support.
Okay, you can share if you want. Sure, I'm actually sharing. Sharing.
Yeah, so these are the figures that went into the exhibition match. And then also, if you go to his next post, you'll see that there are some variants that are going to be participating in the matchup.
True, true. That's an important thing to keep track of.
Yeah, so we're going to have some variant colors this time around for some of the beasts, which is going to make it a little bit more exciting.
Yeah.
And mhm.
No. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm just confirming.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I hope you guys are ready and following at Killer Carp on Instagram. And if you're not, today is your day. Join in because that'll start on the 21st, guys. And you gotta start choosing some of those beasts that you're gonna support.
Yeah, and you know what? Also, if you want to participate in the bracket, make sure to just hit them up and contribute with your $10. And remember, this $10 does not go to Killer Carp himself. Rather, it goes to a pool that goes to a charity at the end of the entire event, which is an amazing, amazing thing. Because we're enjoying the entire event throughout the month, and at the end of the day, there is going to be a prize. They said, and the prize is this. Okay. Now the information is. Uh-huh.
And actually, he's the beginning of the prize. Just like Hasbro, he has tiers. Once we reach a certain amount of donations, some more other prizes will be unlocked. And as time goes on, he'll announce them. So as of now, we are at tier 1.
And I feel like this is a brilliant idea. You unlock prices the more contributions you get. Now, if you guys are wondering, these are essentially the rules how to enter. So you have to send Killer Carp a DM with your email address. He'll send you a PDF printout for this entire bracket. You're gonna fill it up. You're gonna send a photo because you can't be cheating and be like changing it as the week goes.
No, I have to fill mine up. I haven't printed it yet.
You have to fill yours up, and then make sure you contribute to the charity pool. And once you'll be in for the ride of your life because this is an amazing, amazing event.
It
Okay,
is so
and
fun.
again,
I already sent in my $10. I already got it. Honestly, it was instant. As soon as the brackets were done, I was like, cash in hand, here you go, sir. And literally seconds later, he's like, here is your bracket, ma'am. And I haven't printed it. I need to print it. That's my homework for today. So you guys remind me on Instagram, DM me, say, hey, Porcelain, have you filled out your bracket? And if you have, share it. I'll share it. I'll post it just so you guys see where everything goes and who the winner that I choose for this upcoming bracket. Last year we won with Toad. It was so magical, and I feel so betrayed that nobody else had actually believed that Toad could make it all the way to the winning leagues.
So now Horny Toad is essentially the champ, and he will be batting it out. And he actually has a pretty good ride, as we've said. And yeah, we are showcasing our Toad love today. By the way, I did not make this. Porcelain Piggy just forgot it here, and it's now been a year since you forgot it. Has not picked it up.
Because I'm spreading the power of the knot. So look, in this hand, I'm married to my spouse. In this hand, I'm married to the knot.
I see. Gotcha. Now, here is your last reminder. Make sure that if you want to participate, because I'm telling you, it's so much better if you actually participate, go ahead and send them a DM, right? Because it's going to be so
Oh,
amazing.
Pee Wee's asking for the flag.
You want it? Okay, I'll pick it up from the trash today and I'll send it over. No, it's gonna,
We gotta meet up. Okay, this is a conversation for outside of the of the live. We do have to meet up with Pee Wee because I have to give him a couple of things I'm holding for him and
yeah,
for
we need to schedule a meetup because we have a lot of things to exchange. Absolutely. And tomorrow's the Long Beach Fleas, and tomorrow may be a good opportunity too, but we'll see. Okay.
from the
Now,
tangent back to the slides. The slides keep us on track.
no, and you know what? It was a good tangent because at the end of the day, this was exactly what we were going to talk about because the whole point was to reiterate that next week, Killer Carr himself is going to be a guest here, our very second guest for the entire history of our show. It's going to be right here talking about Beast Madness, and we are going to talk to him about the bracket picks. We're going to talk to him about the winners. We're going to talk to him about some history behind it. It's going to be really fun, guys. Tune in, Little Toys Big Stories, next weekend at 10 a.m. Okay? Now, remember the bracket is there. Participate if you want to get the full experience. Go ahead and DM him. You guys go back into the show if you want to see the rules. Go into his Instagram. That's where all the rules are. To search for the post. Okay. Now, speaking about meeting up with Pee Wee, we mentioned the Long Beach Flea. Well, how did I know the Long Beach Flea was going on? Well, because Porcelain Pig would say, "Hey, remember this weekend, the Long Beach Flea is happening once again." So, what can you tell me about it, Shu? Are you going to be there?
I will not be there because this weekend it is a weekend that my spouse makes the plans. So we're following up with whatever he wants to do this weekend. Because last weekend we did what I wanted to do, which was TFcon. So I will not be going this weekend, but it will be open from 5 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can check out the prices on their website. You can pay cash and at location. I do not think they take card because all the past
Yeah.
times I went, they only take cash. So yeah, they do have free parking and you can find all kinds of stuff. Bring something to prop up and sit on because you will get tired. Bring some liquids, bring some snacks because I know that they do make Bidu available, but that is not a way to hydrate in the early mornings.
Yeah. Now, I want to give you a bit of a tip. Um, if you go to the Long Beach Flea Market, at the very beginning in the corner outside of the event, there is a man who is dressed dapper as heck with a little ice cream cart. Okay.
Ooh.
Now, this man sells ice cream sandwiches. And
Ooh.
apparently they are homemade. And apparently our friends really enjoy it to the point that they were recommended to my wife. She ended up getting one that was mint chocolate chip. They're affordable and they are absolutely delicious. Oh my
Ooh.
God, they are so good. So, yes, I have been completely converted. That man with the ice cream outside, you can't miss him. He looks vintage himself, you know? So, if you are feeling a little bit hot after all these spending, definitely that's a good place to be. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Just a bit of a tip,
Ooh.
you know.
See, we have endorsements right here, the best.
Now, competing events.
Oh
This week,
no.
this weekend, we not only have the Long Beach Flea in Long Beach, March 17th, starting from 5 a.m. to 2 p.m., but we also have Toy Mania, March 17th, from 1 to 6 p.m.
So you can do
Okay,
Long Beach in the morning and then kind of drive up to
you
Tony in
can.
the afternoon.
But the question is, will you have enough money? Where do your loyalties lie, so to speak?
Mm, in
But
my
here's the deal.
collection.
Here's the deal. Exactly. They lie with you, and that's the right answer. Because there is a lot of really cool events. Now, Toy Mania is growing, right? Toy Mania is growing. It's getting bigger. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and better, hopefully. But I think that this month Tony grew in number,
Ooh.
right? Because he went back to back to Mania 5 to Mania 6, one this weekend, the next one the following weekend on the 24th. And I just really hope that by having the events back to back, he
Mhm.
doesn't exhaust the wallets
Oh,
of the patrons, because I will go, but I'm gonna tell you, I'm like between weekends, sometimes I'm like, yeah, I think I kind of I'm good, especially when thanks to Crystal, I ended up reading myself.
he
Thank
listened to
you.
you, Crystal.
I saw that and I was just like, you know what, this is a godsend. And
It's, it's a sign.
if I had just one friend who told me treat yourself, I will do it, and so I did. So yeah, so like when you were making purchases like that, it's kind of difficult to justify everything else, but it's still awesome to go and dig. So by far, our support will always be with Tony. Make sure that if you are in town and you want to spend some time digging through treasures and meeting wonderful people, um, you stop by Toys of the Universe Torrance. And if you can't make it this weekend, well, you can make it next weekend.
Like you have so much support. Crystal says that you deserve it.
I feel so vindicated. I love it.
And Tomania 5, the reason why he ended up doing a Tomania 6 is because he has so many vendors for the first one that he's like, okay, we got to expand it.
Yeah, yeah. And I
And
know
maybe
understand.
we'll even have different vendors there too. And you'll find different treasures in the Toy Mania 6.
Yeah, honestly, that could be it. But the unfortunate part is that Toy Mania 6 was supposed to have Mil Máscaras, right?
Yes.
Which another, high profile signing event. But unfortunately, you know, events fell through. And, I understand this is going to happen multiple times. So this time around, I feel like if there is one Toy Mania that you need to kind of show your support, it will be number 6 to show Tony's like, hey, you know what? Even though the big profile, guest was MIA, I'm still here to support you because we come here
Yeah.
to give you our support, to show you that, yeah, we want this event to grow. We want this event to get bigger and better. And next time, I'm going to say it again, Toy Mania 10 needs to happen in a venue. If it
And it
doesn't,
will. And it will. Because it's growing. Like to the fact that this month they need to split it into 2 events, like one weekend back to
yeah.
back, because there's so many vendors. So I really think that it wouldn't even get to 10 to have to be in a venue. It might already be like number 8.
Oh, wow. That I'm gonna stick with number 10. I already given Tony a few suggestions of where he can hold it
Ooh.
really close, right? Because I gotta tell you, man, this event Toy Mania has the potential to be something like the TFcon, right? That
Yeah.
type of like sale floor, um, as well as maybe what's the antique market that we went at early in the
Oh,
year,
the All American.
All Amer-
Yeah.
the All American Toy Show. Yes, it has the potential to be like that. Just a few vendors, just a whole bunch of vendors actually, in a
Hmm.
hall, spending some really cool time together. And I know Tony will bring the fire for it. They will bring some guests, there'll be food, because again, he's a really good event planner.
Planner. Yeah.
He dreams
I
big.
didn't get to try the tacos last time. Did anybody try them? Let me know how they were.
I didn't try them. But yeah, I'm telling you, the sky's the limit over here. So if you want to be part of history, stop by Tomania 5, stop by Tomania 6 next weekend. Right. I'm sure that there'll be more for Tomania 7 is right around the corner. I'm sure.
Literally.
Yeah. So if you can't make it, it's fine. Now, what's this all about?
And today is today, guys, like today, right now. Well, not yet. From 12 to 5 p.m., we will have Harajuku Day LA happening at the Little Tokyo Galleria. And because it is, the St. Patrick's Day weekend, they're doing a lucky day draw. So there will be many prizes that you can win in the raffles
Mhm.
that they'll be doing. But one of the biggest ones that they are announcing is the Harajuku Day LA $100 gift card that you can use within the event. So you can purchase from any of the little swap meet, J fashion shops that do come to Bend. And
Wow.
it's going to be really, really cool. And one of the things I always miss because I never like read on when is the time for the group photo is at 3 p.m. So if you're there and you want to be part of the group photo, it's at 3 p.m. So
Mm,
always do follow, like if you do want to participate, I recommend you guys follow the Harajuku Day LA page because even if the even if the photo itself doesn't have that much information, there is a lot in the description below. I know sometimes they even have tea before or after the events, and those are always followed by photographers. So your outfit, your designs, if you're creating your own J fashion or your own alternative fashion outfit, or just you just wanna display it, it will be photographed and will be shown in the Harajuku Day LA photos.
okay, gotcha. And keep in mind that we have quite a bit of events, right? And this one is a very nice opportunity
And
to
it's free. All you have to pay for is parking. And then whatever you buy inside the little swap meet.
and little by little, I feel like we're kind of like all the Harajuku days to me are like little check marks that just hop one after the other until Anime Expo arrives. You
Uh,
know, and once Anime Expo arrives, whoo,
oh no, when Anime Expo happens, Little Tokyo gets packed.
yeah, like I
It's
think that
really-
I think all the Harajuku days are quite literally just prep for Anime Expo. Everybody's kind of like workshopping outfits, accessories, cosplays, little by little, one, two, three, getting all the things they need, and boom, summer comes around. July's right here. 4th of July weekend, Anime Expo, everybody just kind of debuts and goes all out.
I don't know why they picked the hottest day. I'm
Dude,
like, guys,
I
do it in
am.
winter where you can layer and have a really cute fit. Because in summer you're all sweaty and stinky, and then
Mhm.
everything gets all like sticky. I'm like,
Yeah, and
sweat.
now in terms of comic books, right? In terms of comic books, superheroes, and just general toys, we have been kind of skipping along as well towards a bigger event. Now, naturally, Comic Con is there, right? Comic Con is during June, July, but we are also going to have WonderCon, okay?
Ooh.
And WonderCon is coming on the 29th. We'll talk a little bit more about it next weekend, right? But it is March the 29th, and
Lurking.
uh,
It's lurking.
it's lurking. So again, it's going to be in the Anaheim Convention Center, which you may think is far, but not so much, not really. Uh, and if you keep an eye on social media, Toddy Mac is going to be there.
Oh, okay, that's it. You gotta be there.
Hasbro's going to be there.
Okay.
Emily, the team from GI Joe is going to be there.
Oh my gosh, this is your
Okay,
con.
guys, guys, we got to go. So I'm like, I'm going to try to get us press passes for that. I'm going to
Okay.
do my moves. I'm going to get my suit and tie. I'm going to see what we can do. Uh, because I really
Ooh,
kind
and
of
that's on a Friday.
it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's a
Oh.
whole that's one of the biggest conventions. It kind of opens it up for Anime Expo, LA Comic Con, and later on we're towards the end of the year we'll get the LA Comic Con. Okay, so whew, there's a lot, guys. Jeez. Now, what is this?
So this
Frog?
is another event that has been happening in like the Los Feliz area, Silver Lake area that I always see Twinell talk about when she goes to vend there, and I've always been curious about it. It's literally a whole day event to just go like shop vintage or shop like retro or just like from local artists as well. So this is the Frogtown Flea Crawl, and it starts at 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. and it has multiple stops. So it's kind of like the downtown LA art walk that is not in just one location, but you kind of like walk around and look and buy and shop pretty much throughout. So you can make a whole day event out of this.
Now I'm looking at what comes out on oh wow, I'm looking at what comes out when I Google it, right? And
Mhm.
there's a lot of booths,
Yes.
and they're
It's
gold
mainly
five.
like vintage clothes. I haven't seen any sellers for toys just yet, but I've mainly been seeing just like vintage to retro clothing, um, a lot of just custom made items by artists or prints, lots of food booths. But there are, I'm pretty sure hidden in between all those little vintage trinkets, we are gonna find toys. So I'm gonna try to make a point to go next month
Yeah.
and kind of get the scoop of what's going on in it.
Let me show you. Let me show
Okay,
the,
so
let me show you these amazing posters. I think the posters are so freaking hilarious.
and also, if you guys are going, they've hidden, I believe, 2 or 3 T-shirts throughout. So that's like your scavenger hunt. That if you
Mhm.
find them, they're all yours, and they're the Frogtown Flea Crawl with T-shirts that they make for it. They're really trying really hard to push for the event to stay. It's been going on for I think maybe like 2 years
Uh-huh. Okay, okay. Look at this
now.
poster.
Yes, Frog and Toad.
You see, I feel like there's a lot of potentials, and this just screams Los Feliz, Los Angeles, bohemian vibes. It is
Yes.
just, it's just oozes it. And by the way, guys, we grew up in that area. Like, yeah, we didn't live there, but we went to school there every single day. So
And we
we,
literally hung out and shopped there. My first job was in that area. Like my first adult job after that was also in that area, and I stayed there for a very long time.
yeah,
And honestly, like if you know Wacko in that area, that was like one of at least once a month, one of my stops. And I still have a bunch of items from it. I would love to revisit it. But yes, I'm like, this area is really fun, really
yeah.
wacky.
It's wacky, it's chill, and at the same time, there is such like I don't know what it is, guys. Like you, when you live there, man, there's just something that just kind of permeates you. Like for example, the Winchell's, the most generic freaking place for donuts, was one of the most poppin' spots to the point that there was a theater producer, actor, writer who was chilling there every single morning. Remember?
Yeah, he was actually a pianist.
A pianist. Okay, got it. So the thing is that he was like a character, like, and everybody feels like in Los Feliz, everybody's playing a character because they have such connections to the art and music, the Greek
Because remember,
theaters,
the movie studios started there as well.
yeah.
So they still have a lot of those strong roots. And honestly, yeah, like everybody is kind of playing a character there, and it's really fun. I really enjoy it.
Look at this. This is awesome. I got there's a lot of creativity. I think that's what we're
There
trying to say.
there is,
You know?
and that's why I'm like I've been so curious to go, but I always miss it. So I decided I'm like, okay, I'm gonna follow their page now that I found it, and I'm gonna try to go to the one in April.
Okay, let me know because it honestly looks like a good walk.
It does. Like I'm already wearing green. I'm already dressed. I might just go today. We'll see where
Yeah,
the laundry leads me because I need to finish laundry before I go.
yeah, it looks just like a good walk overall, you know? And the Marsh State Park is gorgeous. Is that is by the river? Come on. And right now, after so much rain, the river looks so much better. So it's a good time to go.
And there's restrooms. That's the one thing that is really hard to find in Little Tokyo, public restrooms. So they have public restrooms available. And if you're going to Harajuku de LA and you're in the Galleria, you're safe. The restrooms are there. Just watch out. Sometimes people lock them.
Yep, absolutely. Now, oh my God, that's why I was like, why can't I see any other comments? I'm like, I'm in private chat. Okay, now on to the main event this
Event.
week. TFcon. After hearing about it from a random guy in Van Nuys when you took us
In
through your
Burbank.
own Burbank, through your own like vintage crawl place, because you made a crawl too, by the way.
Yes.
You have your own porcelain piggy crawl. By the way, if you guys want the map, you should put it together and be like, go here, go here, go here, go here. The porcelain piggy crawl. That'd be so cool.
Yeah, because I know like where all the good spots are from Burbank all the way to Venice.
Guys, honestly, she took us on it and it was awesome. So
Yeah,
I
we didn't even
recommend.
do the whole thing. You guys still
No,
missed out on so much.
we need to one day we need to do it fully. And that's a good video to make. But anyways, that's a tangent.
Okay,
That's a tangent.
continue.
So TFCon, hearing about it from a random guy to actually being there. Porcelain Piggy, what was your impression when you first
Okay,
got?
so I was super excited. I was very excited because Mr. Frank Welker was going to be there, and for me, it was like I want to be on time because the signing is at 10. But the universe decided to play a terrible trick on me. And the universe said, guess what? It is the time that we changed the clocks. And my alarm is not really on my phone, but it's rather my digital alarm clock.
By the way, I do have one too, and we same thing.
And it was an hour behind.
No way.
What was it ahead? I don't recall, but I was just like, because we spring forward. So it was
Yeah.
1 hour behind, right?
Well, if it was 9, it was gonna be 10,
Yes.
right?
So, yes, we were an hour behind, right?
Yes.
Because
No.
it said
No,
8. No. Yeah, I'm telling you, this
earlier.
confuses me so
Yeah.
much. But it like my clock said 8, but in the thing it said yes. Like on my phone, I was like, oh, I keep the time from the old time. So I'm like, oh, it says 8. It's actually 7 to now, because I keep the old time in my alarm clock. So I can not be scared once the change happens. So I was taking my time, getting ready, doing all this. But then I grabbed my phone and I was like, wait, the time is right. It matches the one of the alarm clock. I was like, what happened? When did this happen? So I freaked out. I got dressed. I got all my stuff. And I had my husband drop me off at the Marriott Convention Center in front of the Burbank airport. We got there. And I was like, okay, I'm going to make line for Max. So whenever he gets here, we go right in. And I got there, I believe, like around 7 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
I got there at 7 a.m. and I stood in line. Everyone was really nice. It wasn't very cold. It was pretty good temps.
No, it was not very cold. Absolutely.
Yeah, it was pretty good temps. And then I was just waiting for you, like anxiously waiting for you because I didn't have the tickets.
And dude, that's the other thing. I felt like, okay, we were gonna be just fine. This is gonna be a pretty low profile type of event. But then the more and more I thought about it as the weeks went by, the more I said, wait a minute, people are gonna be very, very interested in this event, and I think that I should be there early. And I was trying to make it as quickly as I could, and it would only took me about maybe 45 1 hour to get there, because for me it's a little bit far. But once I did, man, the line was huge.
I know. When I got there, there was the line was very short. I was literally, I think I was like maybe the 11th or 12th person in line for the rest of for like getting our little bracelets.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna move out of the line because being in the line and not having a ticket is making me a little angsty. So I'm like, I'm just gonna go sit in the bench and wait.
Yeah, and you know what? It was okay because they were very much like, we are gonna open at 10. Nobody goes in before that. And I was like, okay, that's fine, because they were very organized and said, wristband first. Okay, we got our wristbands.
Yeah.
Make line. Okay, we make line to go into the convention center and see all the, merchandise floor, right? Now, around the merch floor, they had organized all the signatures, all the personalities, right? They were sitting on the periphery. So you had the voice of Bumblebee there, you had the voice of Splinter, you had the voice of multiple other characters. But Frank Welker, Frank Megatron Welker, and Peter Optimus Prime Cullen, they got star treatment.
Yes, they got the private room.
They got a private room and they got a limo or a driver.
They got dropped off. They got dropped off. And honestly, that was okay. When I was waiting outside at the bench, just sitting, chilling, waiting for Max, I saw him walking through. But the thing is, like, I had noticed that on the spot where I was sitting, on the side is where all the high profile voice actors were being dropped off.
Uh-huh.
Because we also had the voice of Shira, and I saw her initially being dropped off because
Okay.
somebody from the line ran to her. I was like, maybe this is a good spot to be. And then as soon as Mighty Max parked, and he was like literally walking towards me at the same time, a black like SUV was pulling up, and I was like, and I told Max once he arrived, I was like, wait, I think Frank is gonna come out of there, out of that black SUV.
And when he came out to me, it was just like he was wearing all black. He had black shades on. He looked really cool. White, complete white hair, right? And I was just
Beard.
like, I think that's him. And people didn't notice. And he just kind of went like, whoop,
Yeah,
right
he
in.
just went straight line. And for us, we were just like, I was holding my phone because I was ready to start recording, but I was just so dumbfounded that I was just holding my phone and watching him arrive. I was like, I didn't record.
So it was very fun because he showed up and he was just like, all right, got it. Went in and out. And the only confusion we had was kind of finding the line for the signature because we came to find that they were in a special place. And when it comes to like what you bought, that was what you were going to get. All
Yes,
right.
they were very, very strict with it. And yeah, there was a big confusion about the signature line
Mhm.
because I was freaking out. We got our wristbands like around almost like 9:40 or something.
Yeah.
And then they're like, go line up in the regular line and we'll pull you guys out of line so you guys can be in your signature line for Frank Walker. And we're like, okay, cool, cool, cool. We'll do that. But 10 rolled around, 10:15, 10:20. I
And
was
we were
like,
supposed to, and the signing was supposed to start at 10.
yeah. And I was like, what's going on? Because I know
Mhm.
afterwards he has an additional event, he has a panel, and then there's other signatures and photos later on. So I'm like, I don't want us to miss ours. So I kept running around. I'm so glad like we had a team.
Yes,
So
yes, absolutely.
Mighty Max was holding the
I was
line.
holding the line.
And I was running around like a headless chicken looking for like, where's the other line? And there was like a grown man chasing me around too, because he's like, when you find the line, I'm gonna find the line. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's true.
And you know what? The whole convention, like the whole line, was filled with fans. You can tell that these were people that were not scalpers. They were not people there to make a quick buck. They were there legitimately out of passion,
Yes.
And so it was very. Not a single time did I get the. Oh, they're cutting like la, la, like look, there was that aggro feeling, like even though the line was definitely long and there was a lot of like confusion, nobody lost their head.
No.
You know,
Everybody was really nice. Everybody was staying calm. They were being very polite to to the people who were directing the lines.
yeah,
And honestly, I could see that I went to the front and I asked one of the workers there. I was like, "Hey, do you know where we're supposed to line up for the morning signatures?" And he's like, "We're working on it right now. I don't know, but we're working on it." I could see that the conversation and the information pretty much hadn't moved from the inside of the room to the outside part just
yeah,
yet. So the guys outside were pretty much flying blind. They didn't know where to send us. but a mob of con goers had kind of found the information, and they began to like make a line at the same place where we got our wristbands to register. And I told myself, like, I think it might be there. And I ran in, and then I called him when I was inside. I was like,
And like,
hey,
this is it.
yes, this is it. I'm like, come on over, let's go.
So we snaked through. We found the right line. We snaked through. We walked it. There was a guy with a Haslam Unicron piece. We started seeing all these awesome treasures that people brought to get signed, and that was one of the coolest things.
And
You know,
everybody was just down to chat in the line. That was really nice too.
totally. Like so many, like there were so many girls cosplaying as the one of the new uh Optimus Prime statues, which is like it's a girl cosplaying as Optimus. So they were cosplaying a statue of a girl cosplaying Optimus, which was pretty fun. There were tons of props. There was a guy who made the entire barrel for Megatron's like blaster.
So yeah.
I was just like, hey, this is ridiculous, you know?
It was really fun. And you're right. Like, I didn't have any of that aggro feeling. Nobody was in a bad mood. You could just feel the excitement and the
Yeah,
joy.
yeah,
Because I remember when I went to the Pasadena Comic Con, I did feel like while I was standing in line, people were, when I was waiting for Gray, people were like, oh, she needs to be here because she needs to sign this. And they're just completionists for signatures.
yeah.
And it wasn't really that they wanted to meet her. It was just like, I need the signature.
And the other thing we need to mention, right, is that you were concerned. People can go back on our previous shows and see it. You were concerned that you were going to be the only Scooby Doo fan there. But was that the case?
No, there were a bunch. There were a bunch of us.
Yeah,
and,
there were tons
and
of Scooby Doo fans.
and I noticed that unfortunately some of them had only bought the Sunday pass. So, and they were trying to buy the signature in place, but it was sold out. I was like, I think the news of Frank didn't get out to the Scooby Doo community early enough,
That's
because I
it.
think it would have been like, it was going to be a lot more competition if it would have.
Yeah, you can tell. Like there was one person who was disappointed because they couldn't get a signature, right? And the thing is that you could only get a signature if you bought the 3 day pass or the
Yeah.
2 day pass in this case. So, which is why we made a splurge because we were like, okay, we want those, and yeah, they were sold out. So we snake through the con, Scooby Doo fans and all Transformers fans, and we get there moment to moment, and we're like, wait a minute, they have them in their own individual room, and they start checking. And it's like, okay, who's gonna go? What's your QR code? Beep, got it. Oh, you got a signature? Only one of them? Okay, you're in this line. Both of them, this
And they
line.
give you like a sticky pad, like one of these,
Mhm.
and they're like, oh, okay, and you have to put it in the item in the section that you want it signed. I
Yeah.
initially had just randomly put it on my mystery machine just for like as a place you hold it, just so I don't lose the sticky note.
Yeah.
But once we got there, they're like, so where do you want it? And that was actually the location that they were supposed to sign. I was like, oh. um Unfortunately, I don't know if I did post up my video from TFcon already on over here on Big Little Toys Big Stories, and you can see like at the beginning I look nice and fresh, but towards the end after the signing I was like sweaty and my hair was a mess because we stood in line for like over 2 hours.
Yes. And you know what? So I'm sharing the only picture we have of Frank right now.
Yeah, like as we were entering the room, we were able to capture one photo, and then they told us no pictures.
Yeah. So this right here was the only picture of Grandpa
Grandpa,
telling a
tell me
story.
about the good old days.
And honestly, the guy who arrived, who was just like all decked out in black, that wasn't him. That was quite, meaning like it was him, but when he was sitting on the booth, he was so warm,
Yes.
you know? He was so warm and so absolutely nice. And I got to say, this is being nice to a lot of people who are there to
To
do
what?
silly things in front of him, right? for example, people there, when they meet him, instead of saying "Hi, how are you," instead they go like, "Oh yeah," they start like making voices. So he has to deal with a lot. Okay, he has to deal with a lot of fans and all their, all the things that they thought of doing in front of him, right? Saying something, being someone, asking a certain question. So he is super nice. He's truly a professional when it
He
comes to
is.
that.
He
He
is.
makes
And
you
you
feel
know, as a fan that was going to meet him, I wanted to see. I was like, how? What do I say? What do I do? Because all of that runs through you, through your mind, and once you're in front of them, you have to say something. You have to do something, or you could just like, if you're gonna stay quiet, that's it. This is your once in a lifetime event, and you're just gonna stand there and say nothing, or you might just like put your foot in your mouth. So it's a lot of pressure as a fan too, because you're paying to meet them. This might be the only time that you're gonna meet them, and then what are you gonna say? So I
yeah,
can see why some of them are like, okay, I'll show them my impression of of the character,
yeah.
or So I was like, I don't know.
And I gotta say, like for the most part, nobody did anything weird or anything like inappropriate. It was very good, but it was just that thing that they've been kind of like keeping inside. And when they did it, it was so special to them because when you were done, right? And we'll go back to your signature experience, but when you were done, and we were kind of just airing the signature out just outside the lobby where they were, three guys came out, and the tallest one had tears in his eyes, like just, and he wasn't bawling, but he was just like
Because
you
some
could
people don't expect those emotions. Like that was me with Gray. With Gray, I was like tears, and I didn't know where they came from.
didn't know where they came from. That's
Yeah, I'm like, obviously it came from my eyeballs, but I'm like, what emotion is being triggered? I was just so happy that tears came out for Gray. And I think I had mentally prepared for Frank. But I noticed that because like the guy after the meeting, he was very touched. It was a
yeah,
very emotional and very positive experience for him. So I was like, I'm happy for you.
yeah, and you get to you shook Freddie's hand.
Yes. Okay. So back to my experience. So we were there. This was prior to them telling us no photos. After that, we listened. We just didn't have them out. I put my mystery machine on the box on the table, and they scooted forward. And they're like, where do you want him to sign? Put the sticky pad in there, and I did. And if you go to the next picture, we can show where he signed.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
okay, yeah. And so I got there and I had a conversation with Yokness and the rest of the Eggies to see. I'm like, how, like, I need a little bit of help. What would you want, or what would you expect for your fans to like say to you or something? And they're like, just what does he mean to you? And I'm like, I'm just very grateful that he made the voice, and I'm very happy to meet him. So I once they rolled my mystery machine in front of him, he
And
was getting ready.
everybody praises the thing that you bring to sign, which we will show you right now. I'm currently sharing screen.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Once I finish the story, I'll put it up.
yeah, so like when they see it, they're like, "Oh my god, that's so cool!" Like, "Oh, that's cool." And I gotta say, it's the only one I've seen.
Yeah,
But okay,
yeah. So you know, I was very excited, very happy. They rolled over my mystery machine to him. They literally didn't even pick it up. They just like drove it to him, which was really cute. And he was just getting ready to sign it. He like picked up the paper off the spot. Like he was gonna pick up the paper off the spot. And then I like looked at him and I was like, "Nice to meet you, Mr. Welker." And then he stopped what he was doing. He put it like to the side. He looked at me and he reached his hand forward. He's like, "Nice to meet you. And what's your name?" And I was just like, it's Karen.
yeah, you
Yeah.
can tell that you kind of like shook him because he's expecting, he may be expecting like all sorts of things, but yet he doesn't know what to expect. And then when somebody just comes in and just very politely tells him, "Hey, hi." I think that he found a lot more room, a lot more time at that moment. Just like, because you took a lot longer, even though you only had one thing to sign, your interaction was longer than most of the other people I saw in the moment,
Oh, see, I
you
wanted
know?
to ask what it looked like from your angle, because from me, it was just a filter of hearts and bubbles and the flowers and
For for the guy who did the voice, like, "I am Megatron, what is your bidding?" Like that took a long time. But it was
okay.
just Frank listening to them,
Mhm.
just like, "Okay, bye." It was that. Like, they said a lot, the fans said a lot, but they didn't let him say
Mm.
anything back. So it was very one-sided. With you only said nice to meet you. And then the ball was on his court, and he actually talked back with a lot more pause, you know? So your interaction was a lot richer in that sense because he talked to you, you know?
Yeah, and it was really warm. I noticed that because he was um kind of just getting ready to like sign and move on, sign and move on, and he kind of just like stopped, took like a little took recalibration breath, and I was like, okay. And then it was really sweet. And then he's like, okay. And then he began to sign it, and he wrote his name. He's like Frank Walker, and he put in the bottom Scooby Doo. And then the part that surprised me was when he wrote and Freddie too. And I commented on that. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cute, and Freddie too. And he looked up and he smiled, and I was just so happy.
Yeah, he thought about it, I like it because you technically got like two signatures, you know?
Yeah.
So this is right here. If you guys don't know, this is a DVD case, which honestly is pretty freaking awesome. Which now has Daphne's signature, Freddy's signature, and Scooby's signature.
Yes, and we're gonna find Matthew Lillard soon
Yeah,
because we made some friends at the con. They gave us the scoop.
I know. And so that was really really cool. And by the way, a little thing that was I thought very nice was that the organizers were very stern and they were like, no pictures because they had sold pictures,
Yeah,
so
for sure.
they wanted to respect those who have bought the picture. I get it. Um, but they weren't kicking you out.
No,
There were tables there where you could just, organize, fan your stuff, like put it back together, and it was literally next to Frank Welker and Peter Cullen. Like, so
and the
you
voice of Shira, she was there too. She just didn't have a table. She was standing.
oh, that's sad. So I felt like it was really well organized and it catered to the collector. It was just like, hey, take care of your treasures type of vibe.
Yeah,
And outside, once we got out, there was a guy who was doing it's a
the
authentication.
phrasing. Oh,
The
authentication.
authentication.
There you go, authentication.
And I was like, oh my god, this is like a full circle. Very nice. Good
Yeah, and
service.
every single Transformers fan we met was super nice. They were so nice. Like for me, I was like, "What is this?" And they explained it to me because they were waiting in line. They explained
Yeah.
it to me, and I was like, "Does he have like a business card?" And they're like, "Oh, let me go get one for you." I'm like, they went out of their way, picked one up for me, and brought it back. And they're like, "This is his website." And I'm like, they didn't even work with him. They were getting something done by him, and everybody was just so nice. I had such an amazing experience. Like, I didn't know Transformer fans were so nice.
Yeah, I was actually very glad that the experience was so positive because, like I said, I am a Transformers fan, but mostly Beast Wars. So once everybody was there, just being super happy, it really translated to what we saw at the
Yeah.
freaking vending show. Let me share with you a couple of videos, and then um, I will let Porcelain and Piggy talk about the vibe of the overall, you know, experience. It was just fast. It was like, what? Where's
It
my money
was.
go?
Yeah, it's like money has disappeared.
So, like you said, you took damage. So this right here is us walking in the main showroom floor, And Porcelain Pig is recording her own video, right? But look at the number of bags. Look at the digging, guys. This convention is Dig City. They are
It
bins
is.
everywhere because people are looking for pieces. It's like, oh, my transformer lost a thing. Let's look for that. You know, it's just the amount of digging here is just insane. Look, like this guy's just quite literally honestly just like,
Yeah, because I'm like, there were bins everywhere. And like, this is a digging con. Like, I think in the Pasadena convention, I only found like maybe one or two bins to dig in. But no, here was like dignation. And they had brought like the volume of Transformer pieces that they had brought was ridiculous.
yeah, the amount of merchandise, guys. I think that the first 5 booths probably have more than Toys of the Universe Torrents, the entire store. It was so much, you know, it was incredible. And the pieces you got to see there were also so good. Some of them were vintage, some of them were imports because the realm of imports, bootlegs of Transformers is huge,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So you got to see quite a bit of rare pieces. This is one of my favorite booths. The guy was literally greeting people to like, hi, how can I take your money? That was
And
literally,
he did end up taking some of ours, mainly
yes,
mine.
absolutely. Like boxes, bins, nothing too organized. Something, if you look at the video, something fell. You know, like, you keep your eye on this transformer right here in the corner.
Okay.
Like, oh, look at that one. And this, it didn't matter. It was just like, all right, now it's in that bin, whatever. You know?
Yeah, no, and there was such an impulse to sell. Like they wanted it to sell to you, and you could feel that, and you wanted to buy. It was chaotic, but yet it was like you were absorbed by
Yeah.
the feeling. I will not say what we said in the last one because in the last live we continued to play on it, so I will not say that. But yes, you were like,
It sucked us right in. There you go. There, I said it. We can move on.
okay, okay. No, you're just fully immersed. Like as soon as you walked in, it just felt like you were hanging out with friends and all of you guys were shopping together.
Or you went to your best friend's house and you opened their toy box and you just started digging through it,
Mhm.
because like with my cousins, right? Like I know that they have some toys, but I don't know all the toys they have. Their parents buy them stuff when I'm not around. So every time I would go to their houses and I would look at their toys, like, oh, you have this one too. You have this one too. It felt like that.
Yeah, it did feel like that because like you were welcomed into every booth and they're like, give me an offer.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you're like, okay, let's see. And
Let's see
it
what
was
happens.
so fun.
And you know what? The other thing was that vendors were not rude. They were not rude. They were very pleasant. One of them literally was like, "Hey, we're gonna be in this other, convention. Here's the card." It was so good. And this right here was one of the first booths where Porcelain Piggy. I remember your reaction. You were like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa!"
I didn't even know you were recording. I was like, I see Furbies. Money's gone.
No, and the thing is that you weren't even looking. You were like, "I'll take this one, this one, this." You were not even like asking the price. You were like, "This one, this one, this one." Okay, yeah. And I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
Yeah, it was like plucking fruit from a tree. Look how beautifully they were hung in there. I was like, I just wanna hum.
Like you were like so invested. You're like, "Mm."
I did. See, we got a little poopy baby right here, and I am not lying. That is his name. His name is Poopy Baby.
Mhm.
We picked him up. We also picked up a. This is not a fake. They just had a really ugly sculpt. This is a Furby coin purse.
Uh-huh.
They usually retail for like $30 each online, plus like at least $8 shipping. So I was like, I found them. I think they were like $30, $30 each. So I was like, okay, I don't pay for shipping. That's fine. And then I also don't have to be like double thinking. They do have wire on their ears, and they are little money pouches. So these are the ones I was like, oh, I need them in my life because I don't have them in my collection. And then little poopy
And
baby,
honestly, when you
because
go to Japan, you're gonna need a money pouch. There, I said it.
Oh, I'm not using them. They're for the collection. I have a money pouch. This is a little poopy baby. And Crystal actually gave me a bag with a poopy baby in the past. And fun fact, my very first Furby was a little poopy baby in El Salvador that you pull the string and it'll go dig 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 dig.
Yeah, vibration. So I was actually pretty invested on this moment. So if you share the screen, I'll show you yet another angle of Fortunately in the wild.
Oh gosh, I didn't know it's being recorded like
Well, that's
that.
because you spent so much time there because you were like. By the way, this had a great selection,
Yeah.
like absolutely amazing selection. Like, and then there she is. They're like, they're like the business, the deal. Like, I have no idea what you were doing on the phone, but you were like had the thing and you had the phone, and the lady was like bringing them down for you. It was wild,
I
dude.
was okay. What I was doing is that I was looking at my list of beanie buddies that I have and which ones I don't have. I was like, okay, I don't have him. I'll take him. That's what she was like. What about this black? I was like, I have that one. That's what I was looking at. I was looking at my collection inventory.
I'm glad you have one. I'm glad you have one. Jesus. Yeah, but
Because he's going crazy.
yes, once you have a collection as big as the one you do, is like that. Keeping track of things becomes very challenging.
It is. I actually bought doubles of this vintage Furby plastic keychains
Mhm.
because to me it felt like I had bought only once and it was a set of three attached. And then somebody made another listing like years later of three attached. So I was like, I don't know if I have these. I'll buy them. And then I was looking through my stuff and I was like, I have two sets of three Furby keychains. I have six. I'm like, that's okay. They're slightly different in color, so no
So
problem.
there's this one before you share the screen, right? Well,
Oh,
whatever.
sorry.
But there is this one Pancheesy, right, from the ACBA toy cast. He buys pretty much all the Pokemon Jack specific figures, like all of these,
Uh-huh.
right? And when he's in the podcast, he's just opening them, right? Like he's just kind of talking at the same time, looking at them. And he bought Raikou. And in the show, he's opening it up and he's like, yeah, I got this on sale, blah, blah, blah. And he's just like playing with it, you know? And he took a picture of it, you know? He took a little video like Instagram one, like, dun, 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 right? And a week later, he shows a video of himself and he's like, all right, guys, so why is it that I'm just now opening this Raikou? And he has the box of the Raikou. Like, I just opened this guy. And then I look up and it's right there. Like, he bought it twice.
It happened.
Like, he just forgot, even though he did so much with it, he forgot he had it. He
Oh
just
my
bought
god.
it again.
Yeah, because when you're in the store, you see it, and then when you're there are things that you don't see often out in the wild, you're like, I need it. Like for me, one of the things that I look for is for them to have the original tags, because in the tags it tells you their names, and some of them have really ridiculous, adorable names. And when I buy
Mm.
them secondhand, most of the times they don't have their tags anymore. Like this guy, his name is Mimi Nulu, which translates to very happy.
Oh, his name is very happy. All right, so now oh my god, I didn't know you took I didn't know you took video of this moment.
Okay, so we're both surprising each other with secret videos we took of each other.
What? Back to back. Oh my god. By the way, guys, I saw this and I was not expecting. I was happy. I felt safe because I
It
thought
did. The environment was very safe, so we dropped cash
yes,
hard.
yes, and the other thing is that I felt okay, this toy literally just came out. Like we talked about it last week and that's when it came out. Like there's no way it's going to be at the show. So I don't have temptation. Lo and behold, I walk around and I'm like, no. Let me let me share with you before I share the video how the actual uh sorry, there's a roadster passing by, I guess. One of those old cars. But anyway, let me show you how it was, how I saw it, and then I was just like, no, please don't do this to me. So So this is a picture I took of how they found it. Okay. So and I was just like, is that it? And then I started looking. I was like, oh my god, it is. And I was just like, no, you were not supposed to be here. You're
And then
not supposed
Crystal's
to be here.
voice whispered in your ear and echoed, treat yourself, treat yourself.
And then I was just like, okay, if I go ahead, if I don't buy anything else, if I don't find the comic books, which should be no more than $7 or so, or like $3, I'll get this, you know. And then towards the end, before we were leaving, I told Person Piggy, okay, let's go back. And I looked at it because I was trying to buy it on
He
the
was.
phone. I saw it and I was just like, oh, 200? Oh, it's 180 online. And I was like,
And free shipping.
and free shipping. So I was just like, add it to cart, add it to cart. And as we were walking the entire thing, I was trying to add it and buy it, and I couldn't. And then we went to this other booth and I told them, hey, do you guys have this? Because they were like, can I help you? Super nice again. And they were like, and I was like, I'm looking for this. Like, oh, we don't have ours. We're gonna have them next week. But a guy over there has it. They told me, like, so you can buy it from them. And I'm like, all right, that's cool. I'm
When
trying to
we've
buy
seen
it.
it.
And I'm like, I'm trying to buy it online, but I can't. He's like, I can't tell you about that. Probably they're right now. And I was just like, that's when FOMO set in. I was just like, and the rest.
And the rest is history.
And over there, that's when I had. Oh my God! This is how I look when I'm buying stuff. No.
That's why I'm telling you, you were very like, I did it. And it's
No.
because initially you guys saw, you can see in the past live that I was against this purchase. But since I was feeling the hype and the hype from meeting Frank and just how nice and everything was, I told Max, I was like, I'll go halves with you. I'll buy it for you.
Oh my God! Look how dude, what's going through my brain? There is just like, it's so shameless. I'm glad that
They
we both.
needed, look, they needed like 3 people. Oh no, 2 people to put it all in the bag for you.
Yeah, because they had it. They had to make it, meaning like it was out of the box, and it was the last one they had, so they took it out for display, and they had to put it back in the box for me. Here it is. And to be honest, all week I've been itching to take a picture of it, but I've been waiting for the pod to kind of like show it off. But yeah, it was pretty crazy. So I bought it, guys. I did.
You bought it.
Yeah, I bought it. Now it's with me, and I will be taking a look at it, right? And that was me, pretty much. And I don't really regret it. And I told Piggy, hey, I am going to sell for this toy. And lo and behold, happy to report that out of the two Hondo, I've sold $137.
That's pretty good.
So I am getting there right now. I've only spent $70.
Okay. Trying to rationalize it.
It's the mental gymnastics,
It's working. It's working.
It's
It's
all
collector math.
It's all self-delusion, everybody. And we are very good at it. Very good at delusion.
See,
Oh, by the way,
Chris agrees. It's practically free.
yeah, I know it's practically free. Come on. See, now I know how Pee-wee kind of like is so lucky, right? Because that I'm like, oh man, poor Crystal got him like the Splinter, the rat, right? The bootleg rat from Toto, and I was just like, man, that's cool. Erica would never get me something like that, But now I understand, I get it.
It's like this special.
Yeah. Now, away from Transformers and another Japanese property that had, by the way, that's a freaking amazing drawing.
Right. So
Yeah.
the artist is 100 Megana, I believe, or Megna. Yeah, Megna.
I'm gonna go get the charger. You go ahead and give the intro.
Okay, so we're just celebrating that Godzilla Minus One special effects did win an Oscar. And here's the entire team. They had like such a sick tribute to Godzilla with those heels that were like the hand of Godzilla, the claw. And we were really excited and very happy to see that Godzilla won its very first Oscar. I know Mighty Max Toys just ran to get his charger, and
It's
he's
okay.
back. Good, good, good. Because I was like, we need to go to the next slide too. Because although this was exciting, I have some complaints.
Oh, okay, got it. But the complaints are not from Godzilla minus one, though. They're from the
Of course they're
novel.
not. Of course they're not. They're just Godzilla related complaints. Because I am in the search for the Godzilla BFF cups and I can't seem to find it. They were, like kind of just teased online with all the items are available at Cinemark theaters, but the cup has been replaced by those like souvenir three little critter cups.
Like
I'm
these
like, I
ones?
don't.
Oh, sorry.
Hmm?
These ones?
Yeah, so like initially they weren't in the first release photos, but then they were added, and all of a sudden we don't see the shareable BFF cup that we need for King Kong and Godzilla. So I've been calling my local Cinemarks. Most of them have been sold out of the plushies. The only ones that they have left are the little baby monkey. They still have all the popcorn buckets, and nobody knows about the cup. So I think like theaters are just not being brave enough to purchase that cup and have it available for us to purchase, because I also checked on AMC theaters and what special merch they were going to have for Godzilla, and the only thing that's like unique to them will be like that half orange half blue popcorn bucket, which is not out yet. It's going to be out on the 30th. And a lot
And
of the items from Cinemark are already on sale on eBay and other secondary
ah,
markets at like 10 times their price.
dang, that's kind of wild, dude. That
It
sucks.
makes
Scalpers are getting. And we were talking with Poison Piggy about this over the week, and it's the same thing that happened, like you said, to the Furby spoons, right? Which you ended up getting, but you never went to a Sonic in your life. To this day, we've never been.
I know I did. I went to multiple Sonics in Idaho, and none of them had them. They only had like the school supplies. So I hadn't made it out there by the time that I was there. And then when I came back here, no, everything was so far, and I would call and they're like, nah, nah, or like we're out. But you could see like in my car that they were taking the photos within the restaurant.
So we're gonna see that like within the actual, you know, movie theater, they're gonna take a picture of all these merch. But this is by far the most perplexing part of this entire thing, right? The fact
Yes,
that,
because they announced it and it's nowhere to be found.
and we know we need it because Porcelain Piggy said that if you what was it? If you subscribe, you can take a sip out of the BFF cup.
Exactly. We need the BFF cup for us to continue to do that and like to share a drink with our subscribers. So I'm really sad that I can't find it. I'm gonna be driving to a lot of theaters today. That's one of my goals. That's the reason I'm not doing any of the fleas, because I'm gonna be harassing my local theaters. Um, uh, I have gone to Cinemark earlier this week. I have called Regency theaters, but Regency, I have to be there in person because those people don't pick up the phone. And I will be going to my local AMC as well, just to see if they have any other variants in person that maybe are not, shown online, or they're just not understanding what my request is over the phone. Because I get a lot of confusion when I tell them, do you guys have the giant Godzilla cup with a handle and two straws? And they're like, you can put two straws in any cup. I'm like, that's not what I mean.
Damn it! This is not what I mean, you fool.
You don't understand. You're obviously not going to be sharing a drink with me.
Oh man! Now here's the thing. I have an AMC next to me, so I'll take my bicycle down the street to the Lama Mall, and I'll see because I actually be wanting to go to the book off there because the main book off is popping off right now. That has a lot of really cool things. So just FYI. Um, so I'm gonna go to book off and I'm gonna stop by the movie theater to see if they have it. Because there is a lot of shenanigans. Because remember last time for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, we were able to get all the merch except for the little toys that went on the top of the.
Yes, because for some reason the toys are missing.
They had the cups, they
Missing.
had the straw, but the toys were what? They're gone.
Missing.
Missing. Yeah. So I'm like, well, no. So we will
So,
track this down
so
somehow.
wait, I am asking something from all of you. If for some reason you go to your theater this weekend and you see it, please DM me at Porcelain Biggie, and I will do my best to try to get to that theater. Or if you find it,
Just buy it.
I
Just
DM
buy it.
me. Let me know. I will pay you. I will pay you to buy it for me and ship it my way.
Yeah. Remember that the Toy Tangents Charitable Foundation supports purchases like this. Thank you.
Just,
Now, moving forward, or is there anything else you want to do other than just plead with
just
the flow?
again, more please and thank you, blessings.
If anybody works in the theater, that's the thing. If anybody works in a movie theater and have witnessed shenanigans, you don't have to name names. You don't have to give your name. Just leave a comment and see. Yeah, I've seen people do this. And if you are doing it, give us one.
Yeah, we're not stopping you, but
You know,
just send it our way.
you just want the one, guys. We know it's terrible, but anyways,
Because one is enough for two people.
exactly. Let's talk. The last thing we're going to talk about Street Sharks, because Street Sharks are back. That was the big news this week, and I know that we've gone over time. Heck, but Street Sharks are rad as hell, and they need to be on the show because it is 2024, and the 90s are back, and everything that it's old is new again, guys. So this right here are the original art, original toy lineup, and original beloved promotional feature with Vin Diesel from Fast and the Furious fame. Okay, Vin Diesel was doing a toy commercial for them, and people have been clamoring, where is Vin Diesel? You guys, Mattel, you need to get Vin Diesel back.
I
So
think they will.
hopefully that's something that happens, because that will bring it full circle, because the toys look very similar to the original release. They're very, very much faithful to it. They are not like the ones we saw earlier. Was it earlier? No, earlier last year,
I
right?
think it was more than last year. I know this was peak, like they were kind of like shouted out when we were still like in lockdown.
Really? Wow, it
I
feels like
remember
forever ago.
that. Or maybe it was after, maybe 2021. Because I remember that at least the information leaked that they were going to make this unreleased designs into toys. But then everybody had been expecting that they were going to do the Street Shark line again, but they didn't. So a lot of people were disappointed by seeing this never released toys or like sketches being produced into toys, when they were really looking forward to just the Street Sharks being re-released.
That, and they were $75. And
Yeah.
let me see. I'm trying to see when the date was, when they were released. It doesn't really say on the show, on the page, on the Mattel store page, but let me see. Where was it?
That's okay. You can move forward and I'll look for it.
Yeah. No problem. Sorry about that, guys. I'm just really
Yeah, minding my toys, guys. So distracted with the computer. I gotta lead him forward.
Yeah, it's because the future is now. But yes, okay,
You
back
need
to the
those,
slide.
you need those goggle things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the thing is that they had these, and these were a kind of cool novelty item, but we all knew it. If you guys are releasing these, you guys are testing the waters, and I'm pretty sure that the result was very, very good, because lo and behold, there it is, side by side comparison, old school versus new school. The return of Street Sharks is here.
Street rats.
And the cool thing is that they actually have articulation this time around. And so they still retain the soft skin and the feature, the bite feature, which is super cool with the little dorsal fin. But now they have wrist articulation, elbow swivel, and single joint articulation. They have the rotation, right? Before it was just literally the one point. Now they actually have 360 rotation, which is kind of cool. They have waist, which I'm not sure they had it before.
They had waste in the. Oh well, I don't know because for me, I'm going with the reference of the what's it
Extreme
called? The
Dinosaur.
dinosaurs.
Yeah, the dinosaurs had it for sure. I'm not
Yeah.
sure if these guys had it, but they didn't have any leg articulation, and now they do. They have ankle, knee, and pelvis articulation, which is kind of cool. So, like, these are the same toys you grew up with, just with a little bit more engineering. And
August 2021.
2020, oh my God, 2021?
I told you it was a long time ago.
Team, where does time go? But anyways, these are the ones that are coming in, and now they are $24, and you can pre-order pretty much everywhere.
That's
Now,
not bad. I know the Amazon link is live.
yeah, Amazon, Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, you can get them and pick them up anywhere you want, and they retain the same kind of box art with the, cage, which is super nice.
Yeah, the vent cage bars.
Yeah. So, lo and behold, I started thinking and remembering that I actually never owned the Street Sharks.
We didn't.
We never had a street, like, for some reason it never lined up with, like, okay, you could buy a toy, Street Shark versus X. What did you get? I never ended up getting a Street Sharks, not even as a gift, not even as a random, loaner or anything. I remember our cousins had it, Eric had one, but I never had one. So, and I always kind of admire them, but maybe they weren't for me. I'm not sure.
So, are you going to be picking any of these up?
I think I'm going to pick him up, one, and that's it.
And that's how it starts.
But then I'm fully aware of that. And so I'm pretty sure I'm going to pick him, but only, this is not a pre-order item. It's if I catch it in the store,
Okay.
It's only if I catch it in the store, if I see it, because I want to capture that moment, like, cool, like, I found it. Oh my God, so nice. Right? Now, the question is, if they do Street Sharks, will they do Extreme Dinosaurs?
I want them to do Extreme Dinosaurs so bad. My collection of Extreme Dinosaurs is constantly growing, and I'm always searching. I need the stego. But
Because
yes.
I gotta tell you, the Street Sharks are cool and they're rad and they're jawsome. But as far as toys go,
Extreme Dinosaurs,
Extreme Dinosaurs were just better toys.
Yes.
Because they had a chomping action. Their bodies were also soft. They had more articulation for the time, and the paint was so much better.
Like, I feel like they had more details because they had so many weapons.
Yeah, I feel like Extreme Dinosaurs as a toy, they were much better than Street Sharks. But Street Sharks just came out a little bit before, so they were kind of like grandfather in, so they're cooler, and they're sharks. And they swim in the streets, causing billions of dollars in damage to infrastructure every time they're out there because they swim on asphalt, destroying it in the process. So it's one of those things that, like, okay, will we see Extreme Dinosaurs? Are we going to go to this?
I really hope so. Like, guys, if you really like, Street Sharks, buy them. If you really enjoyed them back in the day, buy them. So that way we can have some hopes for Extreme Dinosaurs to come out. Because I will drop money on the Extreme Dinosaurs. I will drop it so quick. It's not even funny.
And even though, like, okay, you never had Extreme Dinosaurs before, but our cousins did. So because of that, you took care of them to the point that you, like, developed an attachment with it. How many times have you reconstructed the pterodactyl?
Bullseye, I have reconstructed him like over 10 times because that guy broke to pieces.
Yeah.
Like, his chest plate shattered. And I went there with my crazy glue, and I was like, okay, this little triangle is part of his chest, and I just kept going, and I reconstructed the whole thing. I actually have him put away, wrapped in bubble wrap, because now and then his arm falls off.
Yes, it's true, because we missed a little piece, a little triangle.
Yeah,
piece.
there's a little piece that's missing. because when he fell, I don't know where that ended up. And we never, like, at least when I got him, we had already been played with. My cousins had played with him because it was gifted to our
Yeah,
cousins for, I think, Christmas or their birthdays. I don't recall. But, I once I got it, they already didn't have the wings or missing a couple of stuff. And I was like, that's okay. I'm happy with them. And
yeah.
I'm trying my best to kind of repurchase him, mainly in that like tech look,
The
because
tech
that's the tech
version,
look
right?
I grew up with. Yes.
Yeah. And the thing is that the one of the biggest things is that it's so difficult to find accessories for these guys, just like
I
loose.
know.
Because we've been through so many bins and stuff, and I've never seen accessories for these guys. Like I want to find those wings.
I know. I was like, it's iconic, guys.
Now, here's the deal. Playmate toys, it's not staying far behind here. Because this is courtesy of AIC Toys podcast. Um, Earlier on the Walmart Collectorthon, there was an interview, and they released not only their next wave of the new TNMNT figures, that follows the movie that came out last year, but they also said we're going to remake the original Turtles, but this time with
Ooh.
articulation. And they're like, what? And I had watched Pixel Dan's video saying like, oh, I really like the fact that Street Sharks now have articulations. I wish that the turtle re-releases had that. Boop. There you
There
go.
it is.
They have articulation in the wrist, swivel and single jointed elbow, rotation at the shoulders, articulation at the legs, knee, and ankle. Because if you see it, these
Wow.
ankle is twisted. So there you have it. So yep, there's going to be a re-release, and I think I'm gonna get all of these four.
Really? Okay,
Okay.
what I really
No, no, wait,
want
wait,
is
wait.
for them to. Okay, go.
If you look, the reason, sorry to interrupt,
No, no, go.
look at Mikey's nunchucks. That
Mm-hmm.
looks like real chain.
Oh, yeah.
And if it is, I'd say it's over. But anyways, go ahead.
Okay, I really want them to re-release some of like the goofier ones. Like I don't want them to do all of them because there was this one set of turtles that were like party themed or like circus themed. But amongst those, there was this specific Leonardo that's like I think it's called Party Animal Leonardo,
Uh-huh.
and he is um paralyzed with confetti all over his like skin, and he has a birthday hat. And I've been trying to track him down. Like I've been
Uh,
hunting that one for myself. But I'm like, if they remake him as just like a celebratory Turtles anniversary one, I will buy him if it's fully articulated because then that opens up the doors for so many good pictures.
it, I'm looking at it right now. I'll go ahead and share the screen because this is the last thing we have here in this slideshow here. So we are very much done with the original. This is the after show. Hi, welcome to the after show. Uh,
Yeah, my computer's like, charge me soon too. I was like, I will later. You got this. It says an hour. You'll make it.
yeah. So let me go ahead and close this up. Let me go ahead and close this up. Sorry, guys. Live window whacking. There you
Oh, I
go.
have my buttons. I can't put my cap on.
It's called Party Reptile Leo.
There it is. He's so cute.
Yeah, Bodacious Birthday Classic Party Reptile Leo. Dang.
I
Okay.
really wish they would have made all the turtles like that, but they only made him. Everybody else was like clowns and silly. I'm like, I really wish they would have made all of them like that.
Hey, Super 7 it's got your number probably. There you go.
Ooh.
Is that the one? He has a
That's
little
the
pan.
Yeah, he's only a pizza. I'm like, dude, come here. It's his birthday.
It actually seems like that's the birthday part that they would have in the lair. I like how he has another hat too for somebody else to wear. That's cool.
And it's a traffic cone.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So I'm like, I want it. And like he has a cute little bib to wear over himself, saying that it's his birthday.
So there you go. If you guys want go ahead and write a petition. But honestly, I think NECA is gonna get through all of them. In the interview they had with Blaine, in the background there's some Easter eggs, and space
Ooh,
Space Leo is coming NECA style. We
okay.
had it Super 7 style, but now it's NECA's turn.
All right,
NECA's take
nice,
on it.
nice.
So yeah, that don't worry, they'll get through some of the wackies for sure. You know,
Yeah, I want them to do all the turtles in birthday style. I'll die for that because it's so good. There's something, okay, this is something I really like about something that is birthday celebration themed. I don't know why.
really.
I feel like it's just so special because birthdays are special. You know, it's a celebration of your birth. It's a celebration of yourself, and it's so cute. I feel like birthdays are so special, and turtles and birthday merch are like just it. I'm like, I wish I could own each one of them like that.
Ah, that is so cool. Actually, you know what? That's pretty nice. What I want them to release is the Peter Laird and you know, Kevin Eastman. I have to remember. I have to look at
Oh,
my posters to remember sometimes. And Peter Laird and Kevin Eastman's NECA style figure, like an actual creators double pack.
oh, that would
That
be great.
that would sell gangbusters. That would be just like woo, forget it. But anyways, all right, that's it.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up right here. Mine, Max, and
What
I
are you
will
gonna
continue
say?
this chat offline because I know this is pretty much where we get after the show ends. We just continue to chat nonstop for like maybe an hour while we have breakfast. And then Mighty Max is gonna get to opening his new Optimus Prime. Are you gonna make a video about
Yep. Yeet.
it?
Yeet. Yeet. Yeet.
Thanks again for watching and sticking around. Thank you for all the comments and interacting with us during the live. We'll see you again next Saturday. Don't forget to follow me at Porcelain Piggy on Instagram. And don't forget to follow this one
At Mighty Max Toys.
on Instagram as well. And please like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Shamelessly asking to like and subscribe. And thank you to like the 475 people that tuned into the other videos that we have in the channel and also to this video as well. I'm telling you, the numbers are increasing, which I'm
Yeah.
very, very excited
We
about.
doubled up. So definitely like, subscribe, and share, guys. We'll get to eliminate that duck, guys.
Yes. And if not this way, one way or another, I'll figure it out.
Yeah. And by the way, also look, go to Porcelain Piggy's other video. It's so good. You know,
Oh,
I was I was laughing. It was really funny. So yeah, go check out the other videos that Porcelain Piggy has on her channel and Little Toys Big Stories. And until next week, guys, we will see you again. Next week, Killer Carp's is gonna be here, by the way. Bye.
Bye.